The Heat have always been about winning now, and adding LeBron to their current core would signal their intention to make another serious championship push. However, we can't ignore the emotional and legacy implications of trading LeBron James. This is the man who delivered our 17th championship, who chose Los Angeles during free agency and could have signed anywhere, and who brought that Larry O'Brien trophy back to where it belongs. Trading him, especially alongside his son, would represent the end of an era that many Lakers fans aren't ready to accept. The business side of this potential trade also raises questions about timing and market value. LeBron's contract situation gives him significant leverage in any trade discussions, and he would ultimately need to approve any deal. If he's truly unhappy with his current situation in Los Angeles, he might welcome a return to Miami. But if these relationship issues are just media speculation, forcing a trade could damage relationships and create unnecessary drama. There's also the question of whether Andrew Wiggins and Terry Rozier, along with those draft picks, actually represent adequate value for a player of LeBron's caliber and cultural impact. Even at 40, LeBron remains one of the most marketable athletes in the world, and his presence fills arenas and drives television ratings. The financial implications of trading him extend far beyond basketball performance and into the realm of franchise valuation and revenue generation. The development of Bronny adds another complicated layer to these discussions. The young guard is still finding his footing at the professional level, and separating him from his father might actually benefit his long-term development. In Miami, he could establish his own identity without the constant comparisons and pressure that comes with being LeBron's son on the same team. This potential trade ultimately forces us to confront a fundamental question about the Lakers' championship timeline and organizational philosophy. Are we better served by maintaining the status quo with an aging superstar and hoping for one more magical playoff run? Or should we pivot toward a younger, more athletic roster built around Anthony Davis with additional assets for future moves? The answer might depend on your perspective regarding championship windows and organizational patience. If you believe the Lakers' best chance for immediate success requires keeping LeBron and maximizing these final years, then this trade represents an unnecessary gamble. But if you think our current trajectory isn't sustainable and we need to make bold moves to remain competitive long-term, then acquiring Wiggins, Rozier, and those draft picks could be the foundation for our next championship core. What's your take, Lakers Nation? Would you pull the trigger on trading LeBron and Bronny to Miami for Andrew Wiggins, Terry Rozier, and 2 first-round picks? Are we ready to move on from the king, or should we ride with him until the wheels fall off? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and smash that like button if this trade proposal has you as divided as I am right now. This could be the decision that shapes the next decade of Lakers basketball, so let your voice be heard. LeBron's contract situation gives him significant leverage in determining his future, while the Lakers face pressure to maximize Anthony Davis's prime years. Neither side can afford to waste time on a relationship that's no longer mutually beneficial. What makes this scenario particularly fascinating is how it would impact the Western Conference playoff picture. The Lakers with Wiggins and Rozier would likely become a more well-rounded, defensively sound team, while Miami with LeBron would instantly become a legitimate Eastern Conference contender. The psychological impact on both organizations would be immense. For the Lakers, it would represent the end of the LeBron era and the beginning of a new chapter focused on sustainable success rather than individual stardom. For Miami, it would be a homecoming that could potentially result in one final championship run for the greatest player of this generation. The ripple effects throughout the league would be immediate and dramatic. Playoff seeding predictions would need complete overhauls. Championship odds would shift significantly, and every other team would need to recalibrate their strategic approach for both conferences. As we analyze this potential blockbuster, it becomes clear that both organizations have compelling reasons to seriously consider making this move. The Lakers get younger, more athletic, and acquire valuable future assets. Miami gets LeBron James and a chance to write the perfect ending to one of basketball's greatest careers. The question isn't whether this trade makes basketball sense. It absolutely does for both sides. The question is whether both organizations have the courage to make such a dramatic move, and whether LeBron himself is ready to return to where his championship legacy began. What do you think about this absolutely wild possibility? Should the Lakers pull the trigger on trading LeBron and Bronny for young talent and draft picks? Or would losing the King be too big a risk for their championship aspirations? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let me know if you think this trade could actually happen. And make sure to hit that like button if you're as intrigued by this blockbuster scenario as I am.